Hi Daniel, and welcome to Brisbane.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How are you? You know, you've just landed.
Oh yeah. No, it's nice to be here.
Yeah, and therefore, congratulations on The Hunter.
Thank you.
You must be pretty pleased with yourself. You know, this is your very first feature film, and having come from a lineup of incredible TV credits. How did it feel to do this for The Hunter?
Look, I mean, I have made a smaller film many years ago as well, but yeah, it's true that I have been working in television for the past 12 years, and I read the book of The Hunter about 10 years ago, a beautiful Australian novel by author Julia Lee. The producer Vincent Sheen read it at the same time, and we both thought about it for a while and were both eventually kind of lured by its cinematic possibilities.
Well, it was cinematic. It was just beautifully, filmed. Were there many challenges in actually, the filming side of it? Obviously being in Tasmania.
Like the physical realities of shooting it, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
The probably one of the biggest challenges, which luckily we knew about in advance, was the weather. The weather can change unpredictably in Tasmania, and they say you can get 4 seasons in any 1 hour. But we were forewarned and therefore forearmed, and we devised a shooting schedule that was pretty adaptable. So it allowed us to respond to the weather, to work with the weather, rather than try and fight against it or control it, because you just can't control Mother Nature. So, we decided we wanted to go with an atmospheric, overcast look. We didn't ever want to shoot in broad sunlight in the middle of the day. So we planned pretty carefully. And for example, I knew I had scenes I wanted to shoot in snow. So when we were on top of Mount Wellington and we got caught by a snow blizzard, we could quickly switch around the schedule for the day and shoot the snow scenes, which was, you can't buy that kind of production value.
No, that's amazing work in respect to that. How long did it take you to shoot?
We were down in Tasmania for a bit under 7 weeks. A bit under 5 weeks was all around the central location of the house, and then another couple of weeks largely alone with Willem Dafoe in the wilderness.
Which leads me to, how was it working with Willem Dafoe?
No, it was great working with Willem. I mean, I can't think of a better person to play that character. And we were very fortunate in that he was a very enthusiastic collaborator. He really wanted to be part of the process. He wasn't someone who just hid away in his trailer until it was time to shoot a scene. He was on set all the time, chatting to the crew, kind of learning how to set traps and some of the other tasks that he had to do during some of the scenes.
Did Tasmania look after you while you were there?
Tasmania was great. I mean, I think we were the weather was really kind to us in that it always looked great. We found some amazing locations. We were really kind of welcomed by the locals.
Yeah.
We had a lot of support, and you can get really nice food and wine down there too, which doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's very similar to obviously Melbourne too, isn't it? In terms of weather.
Well, perhaps in terms of weather, but Tasmania, they say the island is actually too small to have its own weather patterns. It just cops whatever hits it from the Bass Strait or from the Antarctic. And I think it's probably a lot less predictable in Victoria.
Beautiful. What was it like to work with the 2 young children leads? And were there any challenges there? Because there's some beautiful scenes. The ending to the movie was just magnificent.
Well, we won't give away anything here.
No, we won't give it away.
But working with children, particularly that age, is always a challenge because you don't have technique or training to fall back upon. You really got to rely on their natural qualities. So the audition process was very thorough. We saw several hundred kids, but Morgana, who plays the little girl Sass, I'd seen her in the tree.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I thought she was great. I met her in the first week. You know, I thought she was a wonderful, very natural little performer. But I still had to be sure, you know. So we went and met another 300 or so girls. But in the end, I think it was the fact that she had so many qualities that were similar to the character she was playing that made me think it was going to help my job. And, you know, it paid off.
She was absolutely divine in the film.
I think she's headed for big things if she wants to go that way.
Oh, is she, well, how old is
She'd be 9 now. I don't think she's particularly ambitious. I mean, you know, she said to me she's enjoying acting now, but, you know, if she decides she wants to become a chef or a gardener, you know, that'll be another thing.
Mm. Well, she is young. And what about the young fella?
Yeah, the little boy, Finn Woodlock. His sister actually auditioned for the role of Sass, and our casting director, Jane Norris from Mulliners in Melbourne, saw him sitting in the waiting room, and she was immediately struck by his gorgeous face, and she got him to come down and put in a little screen test, and you know, he got the part and his sister didn't.
Well, that's show business.
It is, you know, important lesson to learn for a young actress.
Yeah, no, that's gorgeous. Is there any, you know, other projects that obviously you're working on after The Hunter?
I haven't decided what my next project is going to be yet. You know, I'm reading scripts. I'm working on some older projects of mine, but I'm also looking forward to going back and doing some television.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Daniel. I really, really congratulate you on the movie.
Thank you.
You know, and I foresee, you know, in my opinion, I think it's going to be absolutely, you know, a wonderful movie for Australia, with, you know, having your name on it, and I think it's going to be a huge success, and I hope it gets an Oscar.
Hey, that would be nice.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for that.
Thank you.